welcome to this very special segment of the Branding Storm We Vent Network. I'm Andy Greenberg, and with me is
Bill Moore.
And as you know, we always cover branding information, how to brand a small business, how to brand your business to make it stand out and be memorable. And this is a very special segment as we're going to seriously analyze the brand of Osama Bin Laden and what we can learn from it. And this is a real serious business discussion, because Osama Bin Laden did an absolutely terrific job in branding himself. Now, one word that we do want to mention, we do not endorse, nor will we ever endorse the product or the outcome of Osama Bin Laden, but as business people, there are things we can learn from what he did in terms of branding and take it to our businesses. We are not saying that we should become terrorists or anything along those lines, so please don't misread us. But pay close attention, because a lot of the information is exactly what we need to brand our businesses. And let's kind of begin for a moment, because here we had an individual that was an absolute nobody and then came on into the scene and became disruptive. And we always like to talk about disruptive innovation or disruptive brands. And Joe, just as a review, what is the definition of a brand? And then we'll talk about how Osama built himself into that brand.
Well, again, as a brand, it's persistent consistency.
Exactly.
And every time you saw him, he had a certain look and a certain style and a certain way he did things. And as distasteful as it was for most of us, it was still a brand. And he developed that over several years, and he never broke from that.
Right.
And he never got waylaid or strayed.
Right.
And as a result, he created out of sheer persistence,
right,
his brand.
And look at what he did. He had the brand image. We always talk about that. We knew what the logo was. It was a picture of him in a turban with a machine gun, and that was his image, and we knew that. We also knew what his brand promise was, what that brand would always deliver, and that was terror, and that was disruption, that was death. Now, brands are always supposed to deliver on their promise. Brands are always supposed to have their image, and he did a terrific job with that. Not only that, but brands build infrastructure.
Yeah.
And he had an international infrastructure.
He has an organization that still lives on today, and it's something that the U.S. and other Western nations are spending billions of dollars to try to interrupt and destroy. And good, bad, or indifferent, he does have a significant infrastructure out there that's very difficult to tear down.
And there's a very good expression in business that says you always operate under the radar. And when he first started, he operated under the radar. And then what he did, he publicly announced what he was going to do on the very famous TV interview where he told everybody, hey, I'm declaring war. Guess what? I'm going to market. And you know what? People believed him. But did they do anything to stop the competitive threat? No, they didn't think it was possible for that individual to do that. As small business people, we can absolutely copy the model, understand, not the deliverable, but copy the model of what Osama Bin Laden did and how effective he was in accomplishing his goal. Look at the number of potential and real customers he had. Look at the number of people that were willing to sacrifice everything for him.
Including their own lives.
Yes,
you know,
yes.
They paid the ultimate sacrifice when they followed his leadership, and it was a very involved process, but it was a total commitment, and that's what he was able to sell.
Exactly, and Osama Bin Laden's time is up, and so is ours, but we will be returning on the very next segment to just expand a little bit further and find out where social media and knowing your market actually failed him. So please stay tuned for the very next segment of Branding Storm We Vent Network. I'm Andy Greenberg, and with me is
Bill Moore,
and we'll see you the next time on the Branding Storm We Vent Network.